Good morning. Hope you guys are having a great day. Listen, I just wanted to share a story with you. It kind of defines how, as leaders, we deserve to show up on a day-to-day basis, especially with other people. You know, there's three strengths that 3% leaders possess: strength of self-mastery, strength of action, and strength of relationships. How you show up with other people. A lot of people are good at one or two or three, one or two of the three, but it's rare to find those that are strong in all three. We'll touch today briefly on strength of relationships and ask yourself to think. And it's based on a story that I heard the other day, and I wanted to share with you. One day there was a poor boy who was selling goods from door to door to pay his way through school. And in a moment he found out that he only had one thin dime left in his pocket. And he was hungry. He decided that he would ask for a meal at the very next house where he stopped. However, in a moment he lost his nerve when the door opened and there was a lovely young woman standing there. So instead of a meal, he asked for a drink of water. And she looked at him and she thought, he looks hungry. So instead of a glass of water, she brought him a large glass of milk. And he stood there and he drank it slowly. And then he asked her, "How much do I owe you?" And she looked at him back and says, "You don't owe me anything. My mother taught me to never accept pay for kindness." And he paused for a moment, he looked back at her and says, "Thank you for my heart." This little boy by the name of Howard Kelly left the house. And he left, he not only felt stronger physically, but he felt stronger spiritually. And he felt stronger about his fellow man. Because in that moment, he was ready to give up and quit. Many years later, that same woman became critically ill. The local doctors there were just baffled about what was wrong with her. They finally sent her to the big city, where they called in specialists to study her rare disease. A physician by the name of Dr. Kelly, Dr. Howard Kelly, was called in for the consultation. And when he heard the name of the town where she came from, a strange light filled his eyes. Immediately he rose up, went down the hall of the hospital to her room. Dressed in his doctor's gown, he went in to see her. He recognized her at once. He went back to the consultation room, determined to do his best to save her life. From that day, he gave special attention to her case. After a long struggle, the battle was won. Dr. Kelly went to his business office and he asked that the final bill for this woman to be passed to him for approval. He looked at it and then wrote something on the side of the bill and then sent it to her room. She feared for opening it, because she was sure that it would take the rest of her life to pay for it all. Finally, he opened up the bill, and it said this: "Paid in full with a glass of milk." How you show up each and every day makes a difference in people's lives. Be that kind of leader today. Do something good, something positive for somebody today, but do it in the knowing there's absolutely no way they could ever repay you.